It's the uncertainty that people are worried about, and that rings true from Wall Street to Main Street. This is the Small Business Uncertainty Index. It comes from the NFIB, the National Federation of Independent Businesses. It spiked to its second highest level on record. I've got to go back to 1973, which, yeah, I sort of remember. There's also been a drop in small business optimism. That percent says it's good time to expand fell sharply after a wave of optimism when Trump won the election. So we've been asking, of course, business leaders about their outlook.
It's going to definitely affect our business. It's going to affect our bottom line if we're paying more and I'm not passing it on to my consumer. That's going to affect my bottom line.
For the products we buy, especially potash fertilizer, but others, it means higher prices for the inputs that we have to purchase to grow our crops. So we're getting hurt on both sides of our bottom line.
Well, it's not helpful, certainly, to have tariffs go up from here. As you rightly point out, we already operate in an environment where we're subject to tariffs, and primarily China as the source of the tariffs.
So Holly's with me, Holly Wade, the Executive Director of the NFIB Research Centre. You know, this idea of nobody likes uncertainty, and they've had more than a barrel load of it. What sort of certainty are you looking for?
So yes, as you mentioned, small business uncertainty index did spike over the last 2 months. A lot of that had to do with capital spending plans being uncertain on whether to invest in their business in these economic conditions. So having some clarity of where these policy developments land and how long the duration, to what extent they're going to impact the broad scope of small businesses will go a long way in helping them move forward with their business.
You see, if these tariffs are both negotiating strategies and tactics, you're not going to get that. And if the shifting change on tax cuts and then this policy and that policy, you're not going to get that either. So what are your members doing? Are they not investing? Are they sitting on their hands? What is it that they're telling you they want to do?
So they're certainly pausing as far as the number of small business owners that are planning to invest in their business. We've seen a decline in the number that say they're planning a capital expenditure in the next 3 to 6 months, but they are actively trying to recruit to fill those open positions. So the labor market is still very tight for the small business sector. They're increasing compensation to be competitive on that front. And so for that side of the equation, they're really bullish about what they can do to, continue operating their business at the highest level they can.
Do they feel a bit whipsawed in a sense? Go, 1 minute it's this, and we're really optimistic and it's going to be great, and there's AI. Next minute, oh, help, no, it's all terrible, we've got problems. And in any given day, it's not just its uncertainty, it is a deep-seated inability to know which way to go.
Well, certainly in this environment, it's very difficult. I mean, Congress could go a long ways to help the certainty factor in preserving those tax cuts that are set to expire at the end of the year. That would help a lot of the vast majority of small businesses that are not structured as C Corps, or as we say, pass-through businesses that have the small business deduction scheduled to expire. So Congress can go a long ways to help deal with the uncertainty element on their end. And then as far as small business owners, they've been through a lot over the last 4 years related to COVID, supply chain disruptions, so they haven't been really in an environment that's been terribly stable for them. So this is just one other area of, a bit of discomfort, not feeling certain about how to move forward. But hopefully we'll get some clarity soon.
Thank you for joining us. I'm grateful. Clarity is one thing we look forward to.